What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Apple Keynote tutorials. Now, if you like this content, you like the master classes, you want to get episodes of the Crazy One podcast, or even see my live talks whenever those come out, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Now, today we're going to do another quick tutorial, and what we want to look at is the color palette. Now, setting colors inside of Keynote isn't that hard, but the thing that I think most people don't know is that if there are certain colors you use a lot, maybe it's for the company you work for, maybe it's for your brand, maybe they're just colors you like the way that they look, you can actually save those so that they're always there and easy to use. But even whenever you do that, then trying to figure out how to get rid of them is another one of these things that is a little bit difficult and hard to figure out. So that's what we want to look at today, is how do you save the colors you use with the most, how do you edit them, and once again, how do you do all of this so that it makes your workflow a little bit better and definitely makes it easier. Here we are back in Keynote. We have these four squares that we have sitting out here on the desktop, and you know what? We want them to look a little bit different. So they're the default styles that are up here in the corner, and if we just want to make them different colors, that's great. I don't know what, they look a little too basic for me, so maybe I want to make them feel a little bit more sophisticated. Now, if you want to be able to go in and change the color, what you need to do is to go in and you see this tiny little thing right there. That's what it is you want to concentrate on, because when you hit this, you get this color fill palette. And you can work with colors in a bunch of different ways. You have the color wheel with, again, the little slider underneath it. You have the three sliders, so if you want to do RGB, you can go in and adjust those. You have the little swatches to pick from. You can go in and be able to do it from Spectrum. And again, I don't understand why, but if you want to pick it from colored pencils and to be able to do that, you can do that. I don't know anybody that does. It's there, and I'm not going to try to explain it or understand it right now. But what we can do is you can actually save colors you like down here in this little grid underneath the color fill. So now there's a blue I like a little bit better, there's a green, there's a red, and there's this sort of yellow-orange. Now that feels a little bit nicer to me. Now the thing is that what this lets you do is be able to go in and actually save the colors that you like. So if we go in and say, well, you know, instead we want to make this bright magenta, and I really like that. I want to be able to hold on to that. Now what I want to do is here again is just this little square right here, not the eyedropper, this square right here. Just simply take this, and you see whenever you pull it down, now what I can do is I can add it in to this row. And so if I want to make 3 different magentas, I can go through and just simply tweak those and drag them in. Now, what I can do is just have these easily at my disposal. So whenever I go through, whenever I come back, there are other elements, other slides, things like that. Super simple, can just click on them. And it's a little bit of an OCD organizational thing, but the other thing that I'll do here sometimes is to be able to add these rows of white squares, because the thing is for me, especially whenever I'm working, these squares are very tiny, and I work in a lot of weird places. Like whenever you're working on an airplane or a train or the back of a car or something that is bumpy, going in and trying to hit this is an exercise in insanity. So what I'll do is be able to take just a row of white squares, and all you do is just simply go through and hold Option, click it, and then be able to drag one out. And what this does is it just gives me a little bit of a visual separator. So I have this line, visual separator, that line. Super easy to be able to work with. Just it makes my sanity a little bit easier. Now the thing you may be asking yourself is, okay, Steve, the project's over. I don't like these colors anymore. I want to get rid of them. I want to do something else with them. Now, it took me, I don't know what, at least months, if not years, to figure out how to delete one of these. Because at first I was like, oh, I'll do what every other Apple application does, and I just drag it off and it'll like turn into a little puff of smoke, right? No, that doesn't work. So okay, I'm gonna right click on it, and that doesn't do anything either. And whenever that happens, you hit it every other key on the keyboard, none of it does anything, and you can't figure out what the hell to do. Again, I didn't design this, I can't explain it to you, but I can tell you how to get rid of these colors. What you need to do is to take it and to drag it down to the dock and to put it in the trash can. I didn't design it, I can't explain why it works this way. Nothing else in the program works this way. If somebody from Apple is listening and would like to explain it to me, I would love to understand why we did this, because that is the only way you're able to get rid of these things, is to drag them down to the trash can. Anyway, now you know, and so again, if you want to be able to go through, clean that up, that's the way you do it. But again, it's that combination of this little icon here to get to the color wheel, this little block here to be able to drag it in, and then that ability to drag it down to the trash to get rid of it, are the little secrets that are going to be hidden here that are going to make your workflow better and easier and hopefully faster once you know they're there. So hopefully that was useful. Gave you a little bit of insight. And whenever you've got those colors you use all the time, store them in your palette. And hopefully you don't have to go through the headache that I did of all that, I don't know what it was, weeks, months, years, whatever the hell it took for me to figure out how to get colors out of that palette. I wish it was easier, but it is what it is, and I don't know what. We'll figure out some point why they do what they do. Anyway, I hope it makes your work better. I hope it makes it a little bit easier to work with the application, makes you a little bit faster. Hey, if you like the content that you see here, do me a favor. Hit subscribe on the channel so you get the latest content whenever it comes out. So go out, do better work, have some fun, and as always, stay crazy.